Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to go over a few video games that in my mind didn't get the sequel they deserved. Not saying I have anything against Saints Row 3, I'm just greedy, I just want my games, okay? I'm a gamer, that's what I want, I just want to get rid of the shitty world we live in and lose myself into video games. Also, I'm just gonna use this far-off footage as filler right now, because I feel like it. There was this one thing I needed to say to end the intro. Oh yeah, let's not waste too much time and just get started with the video. Yeah. You might ask yourself if I just shoehorned Farah in for no reason, and I say, yeah, exactly. Not obsessed, not obsessed, not obsessed, not obsessed. Okay, no time for jokes, let's get started. First game I want to talk about is Saints Row Undercover. This was set to take place in between the first two Saints Row games, and was meant to be a video game for the PlayStation Portable. There actually is a leaked build of the game available for download and play. However, the available build still crashes quite a lot since it's not a finished product, so it of course is filled with bugs and glitches and crashes often. And also, yeah, I decided to use footage from Saints Row 2. Saints Row 1 actually never got a re-release after it got released on the Xbox as an exclusive. That's quite unfortunate because I'm pretty sure everyone wanted to see a re-release of the first Saints Row game and not some shitty reboot. It's like, who cares about story as long as we virtue signal against, like hatred, yeah, and then call them haters, call them terrorists. Never mind that we were the ones making a murder simulator. Next game I want to talk about is Duke Nukem Forever, which actually has quite a few lost builds. And that's quite unfortunate because Duke Nukem is one of the most iconic characters in video game history if you ask me. Yeah, if you ask me, they should just release an anniversary edition with all the versions of Duke Nukem Forever on it, may they be completed or not. Because people poured their soul and heart into this. Yeah, I'm really sorry that Duke Nukem Forever 2011 wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. I'm not saying it was the worst thing ever, but I'm not gonna lie about that in order to appease some mindless consumers who eat anything up with their idol on it. We had the 98 trailer, which looked quite unique in its own style. Can't really judge on the rest, not enough information. However, we did have the 2001 version leak online, and it currently actually has an active group of developers working on it, by the fans and for the fans. It's looking pretty neat. There's also a cancelled 2003 version, not too much detail there, 2006, 2007 teaser, each and every single one of them trailers included in the final product. As well as that picture of the kitty, I really like that. They also included the full timeline of events, which just feels like a big troll to me. I mean, all of those trailers felt like a big troll to me. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit like Indiana Jones. I don't mean to pull you back into the 80s, but this stuff should be preserved. I was almost so passionate my Dutch accent came through. And to close it off, there also was another game of Duke Nukem that got cancelled. It was called Duke Nukem Begins, and it looks awesome. I mean, it looked awesome. It's not like we ever get to play it. It even had damn multiplayer. Oh, I'm suffering because I wanted to play it so badly. Also, smash the like button while you're at it, because I've been smashing my head against the wall for this video. Next we have Canis Canem edit 2. I'm obviously avoiding a certain word, because, well, you can read it. YouTube sometimes is difficult about that. Better be safe than be sorrow, kids. God, I remember when Rockstar announced the first game. Yeah, I was just a kid and I was looking at this Belgium TV show, and the media went absolutely nuts over it. Moose, a girl of 13, was quite upset when she read in the book about video games an article about Bully. Bully is a new video game, and next to race and fighting games, there is also a new step in the world of video games. You don't have to be the strongest or the fastest anymore. In Bully, you have to be the biggest bully. Alright, I'm pretty sure I said the word bully so many times that I'm never gonna get this video monetized. Anyhow, I'm sorry for straying away of the original topic of the video, but this is just illuminating the corruption of the media. It's kind of ironic that the game Bully, where you play as a kid who prevents bullies from bullying and stands up against bullies, that's kind of the whole meaning of the story behind it. Its developers unwillingly get bullied by state-funded media who uses children to bully people into submission. They either use children or a minority group. As a trans person, believe me, I know. There are so many people that proclaim that they represent me, while they're saying something that I totally disagree with, and when I disagree with them, they're like, "You're transphobic!" Like, shut the f*** up. I love how the media establishment always manages to hate and judge on people without any precautions whatsoever. always proclaiming other people to be the spreaders of hate while they're the ones picking the news, and they're the ones picking how they choose to provide the news, how they bring and persuade emotions to the audience. Anyhow, getting back to the original topic here at hand. The original development team of Bully was Rockstar Vancouver, but Rockstar New England was asked to make the sequel. They were part of Rockstar North and really wanted to get out of their shadows. You know the studio behind the GTA games? Yeah, that's Rockstar North. Anyhow, at one point in development, even though the game was already playable for like 6 to 8 hours, and supposedly had very groundbreaking animation of glass shattering, which also Duke Nukem 2001 had, by the way, from Bully 2 reused in Max Payne 3. I would just love to see a different reality, a different timeline, where developers of Bully 2 weren't pulled into projects like Red Dead Redemption. Okay, I know that might be a hot take, and I know that many people love Red Dead Redemption, and I like it too very much, but because of Red Dead Redemption being released at the same time as Alan Wake sold so few copies that there was no space for a sequel in the oncoming years. So unfortunately, that sequel also got cancelled, and I'm getting ahead of myself. I just dreamed about that sequel and about playing it. Okay, also a nice little speculation here. Many people say that Trevor might be inspired of this character from Bully 2, that was supposed to be in Bully 2. And yes, there actually is artwork available from the cancelled sequel, but the prototype still is and will probably always remain in the big safe at Rockstar Studios. Or whatever the hell they use. So the next game I want to talk about is Scarface Empire. You know, Scarface actually had a game. It was called The World Is Yours by Radical Entertainment, developed in 2006. So the sequel would have been called Scarface Empire. There isn't too much known about it, except for that it had the same developer. But apparently there were too many games at the same time in production, which caused Scarface Empire to be cancelled in 2009. The footage itself is from June 6, 2008, and I originally got the footage from a channel called Mafia Game Videos. So very big shout out to them. Sources linked in the description, by the way. Also, the game would have taken place in Las Vegas, which would have been crazy to see Tony Montana conquer. It's absolutely tragic that Scarface 2, the video game, is lost to time, because Scarface, as well as The World Is Yours, are, in my opinion, my humble opinion, both timeless classics. So the last cancelled sequel I would like to talk about today is Alan Wake 2. I did a whole video about the game, as well as Duke Nukem Forever. They're on my channel, feel free to check it out. And technically Alan Wake does have a sequel, but it's more of an in-universe spin-off. A what-if scenario, instead of a factual matter. But that itself does kind of fit the narrative of Alan Wake. It does always manage to ask very profound questions. And the game did go platinum in sales years after its release. But at the start it didn't sell as well as Microsoft expected it to, so unfortunately they put it on hold. The sequel was cancelled because of poor sales, and the assets were reworked into American Nightmare. Both games would have the main protagonist Alan Wake face off against an evil doppelganger or supernatural entity made out of darkness. His name would have been Mr. Skrk, and he already made an appearance at the end of the first game. However, there was still a lot left to interpretation. Let me just tell you this, I would have loved to see the sequel actually. It seemed bigger, brighter. The NPCs were interactive with the environment. And even though Microsoft and Remedy announced Alan Wake 2 in 2023, it won't be the same Alan Wake 2 that we were gonna see. Or at least I don't think it's going to be. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm really enthusiastic to read all of your comments. Thank you for watching.
This story is a monster.